feud between It Ends With Us stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is now threatening to pull in Taylor Swift.
Blake Lively's ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni has taken an unexpected turn, as newly surfaced evidence has cast serious doubts on her allegations against him. What initially appeared to be a straightforward case of a Hollywood actress standing up against an alleged injustice has now unraveled into a tangled web of contradictions, media influence, and potential legal consequences. The lawsuit, which began as a professional dispute over creative control in the film It Ends With Us, has now escalated into one of the most talked-about Hollywood scandals of the year. With accusations, leaked text messages, and behind-the-scenes footage coming to light, it seems that the situation is far more complex than Lively initially portrayed. The controversy began when Lively accused Baldoni of misconduct on the set of It Ends With Us, claiming that he made inappropriate remarks and engaged in behavior that made her uncomfortable. She asserted that his actions contributed to a hostile work environment and suggested that he had abused his power as both an actor and director. Lively's legal team took swift action, filing a lawsuit against Baldoni and making sure her allegations were widely covered by the media. Her goal was clear. She wanted to control the narrative before Baldoni had a chance to defend himself. However, Baldoni did not remain silent. In a shocking countermove, he filed his own lawsuit against Lively, accusing her of defamation and false allegations. He claimed that Lively's legal action was a strategic attempt to tarnish his reputation and gain leverage in the industry. He also took legal action against the New York Times, alleging that the publication had deliberately misrepresented text messages between him and Lively in an attempt to sway public opinion in her favor. These legal maneuvers signal that Baldoni was not willing to back down, and that he had the evidence to challenge Lively's claims. One of the most damning revelations in Baldoni's defense came in the form of leaked text messages. These messages showed a drastic
in the New York Times for participating with Blake Lively's publicists and engaging in this campaign.
Drastically different side of the story, one in which Lively appeared to be the one initiating private meetings and interactions with Baldoni. In one particular exchange, she invited him to her trailer while she was breastfeeding, a detail that completely contradicted her earlier claim that Baldoni had made her uncomfortable in a similar setting. If she had been the one to invite him, how could she later accuse him of wrongdoing? This revelation shook the foundation of her case and raised serious questions about her credibility. Adding to the controversy, behind-the-scenes footage from It Ends With Us was released, showing a much friendlier dynamic between Lively and Baldoni than what she had publicly described. The footage captured them laughing, engaging in playful banter, and working together without any visible tension. This stood in stark contrast to Lively's allegations that she had felt unsafe and pressured on set. The release of this footage made it even harder for her to convince the public that she had been the victim in this situation. Another major turning point came when reports surfaced that Lively had worked behind the scenes to damage Baldoni's career. According to industry insiders, she had allegedly contacted major Hollywood executives and encouraged them to cut ties with him. If true, this would suggest that Lively was not just seeking justice but actively trying to destroy Baldoni's professional reputation. This revelation further divided public opinion, with many questioning whether Lively was using her influence to manipulate the situation in her favor. Ryan Reynolds, Lively's husband, also found himself drawn into the controversy. Reports indicated that he had been using his industry connections to protect Lively from scrutiny while simultaneously working to discredit Baldoni. Some sources even claimed that Reynolds had attempted to pressure studios into distancing themselves from Baldoni, an allegation that, if proven true, could have significant implications for both his and Lively's careers. While Reynolds has remained mostly silent on the matter, his involvement has only fueled speculation about the true motives behind Lively's lawsuit. Meanwhile, Baldoni's lawsuit against the New York Times added another layer of intrigue to the case. He accused the publication of selectively editing text messages and misrepresenting conversations in order to frame him as the aggressor. If Baldoni's claims hold up in court, this could lead to serious consequences for the newspaper and further damage Lively's case. The legal battle has also sparked broader conversations about media ethics and the role of journalism in shaping public narratives. As the case continues to unfold, Legal analysts have pointed out that this situation bears striking similarities to the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. Much like Heard, Lively initially had public opinion on her side. However, as new evidence emerged, cracks began to appear in her story, leading many to question whether she had fabricated or exaggerated her claims. If Lively is found to have made false accusations, she could face significant legal and professional repercussions, just as Heard did. Despite the mounting evidence against her, Lively has refused to back down. Her legal team has doubled down on their claims, arguing that the text messages and footage released by Baldoni are being taken out of context. They insist that Lively's allegations are legitimate and that Baldoni's counter-lawsuit is simply an attempt to silence her. However, the more they push this narrative, the more skepticism they seem to encounter. Many industry insiders now believe that Lively may have underestimated Baldoni's willingness to fight back. At the same time, Lively's reputation has taken a significant hit. Once seen as a beloved actress and fashion icon, she is now facing intense scrutiny from both the media and the public. Her credibility has been called into question, and some of her past statements are being re-examined in a new light. This controversy has not only affected her professional standing, but has also put a strain on her public image. The impact of this case extends beyond just Lively and Baldoni. It has reignited discussions about Hollywood power dynamics, the dangers of false accusations, and the role of media in shaping narratives. It has also raised important questions about whether influential figures should be held accountable when they attempt to use their status to harm others. Regardless of the outcome, this legal battle will likely have lasting implications for both parties involved. For Baldoni, the stakes are incredibly high. If he wins his defamation case, it could not only clear his name but also set a precedent for how similar cases are handled in the future. If he loses, however, it could further damage his career and reinforce Lively's claims against him. The next steps in the legal process will be crucial in determining who comes out on top in this bitter dispute. Meanwhile, the public remains divided. Some still support Lively, believing that her allegations deserve to be taken seriously. Others have sided with Baldoni, arguing that the evidence suggests he is being unfairly targeted. Social media continues to be a battleground for debates about the case, with new developments fueling ongoing discussions. As the trial date approaches, all eyes are on Hollywood to see how this saga will unfold. Will Lively be able to maintain her narrative, or will the mounting evidence against her lead to a major downfall? Will Baldoni emerge victorious, proving that he was wrongfully accused? And what role will Reynolds play in the final outcome? One thing is certain, this legal battle is far from over. With new evidence surfacing and the stakes higher than ever, the fight between Lively and Baldoni is set to become one of the most closely watched Hollywood lawsuits in recent history. The final verdict could change the trajectory of both their careers and set new standards for accountability in the entertainment industry. Whatever happens next, this case has already left an indelible mark on Hollywood, and its repercussions will be felt for years to come.